We know a lot of people in our area saw trees fall from the storm, and some could still fall on cars or property, or worse, on a person walking by.
Yeah, that would be terrible. So this morning we want to chat with an expert to learn how we can decide whether we should cut down those trees or not. Master Arborist Brad Phillips with Arbor Tree Service is here to answer our questions. So is that the biggest threat right now, tree branches falling?
It is one of the big threats right now. As it continues to get hot, the trees will really begin to stress, and the number of branches and the higher risk of branches falling on people goes up a lot higher.
Yeah, I mean, so what is it that we should look for? I just want to say, when that second round of storms blew through last week and the first limbs weren't cleaned up, it's scary when you're driving under all those trees with those dangling limbs and the high winds pick up. But the heat, you're saying, could dry those out and make things worse.
Yeah, the heat can make it a lot worse. And of course, in the interim, while we're waiting for things to get cleaned up, there's always the danger of power lines. Power lines are always very dangerous. Even when they're down on the ground, that doesn't mean that they're safe at all. Of course, a generator could be powering them, backfeeding from a local home.
So on the trees, what right now should we be looking for? As people are cleaning up their own properties, their own streets, what is it that we're looking for to make sure that we're getting everything back to safe conditions?
That's a great question. And right now, what I would say is you want to look for anywhere that you have broken limbs from that storm, have an arborist come take care of that. Look for anything that looks like the tree is cracked or stressed, maybe leaking or weeping any sap running down the trunk. And of course, any fungal growth around the base of the trunk of the tree down close to the ground. Mushrooms in the yard are fine. Mushrooms on the tree are not.
Ah, okay, because mushrooms on the tree are a sign of that it's dying?
Infected?
Rot.
Decay.
Okay.
Interesting. And so when should we consider maybe even just removing a tree altogether?
That's a great question, because trees are assets on a property until they become a liability. And typically that's when you employ the services of an arborist, an ISA certified arborist that would come out, check it out, and help you understand the risks and the reward of keeping the tree, maybe take it out now, maybe take it out later. But there's no general, real clear-cut answer on when is the right time to take it out.
Yeah. Are there certain tree types that are more vulnerable than others? I mean, specifically trees that we see in our area?
There are. During the high winds, I've noticed that a lot of the water oaks, laurel oaks, some of those red oaks, they really tear apart. Of course, the Bradford pears are really bad in Houston, as are the Arizona ash. They really like to just break apart. They die young. They get kind of soft and rotten. Those are our real big problem trees in the Houston area.
Good to know, yeah, because they, as you mentioned, they are such an asset and they're so expensive to buy new trees. So we want to try and preserve them as much as possible. That being said, if our neighbor is holding on to a tree for too long and we notice that it is posing a danger to our home or to our neighborhood, do you have any suggestions on what we can do?
Ultimately, the only way to really ensure that you've proven you've communicated with that neighbor is with a certified letter. Although we all know that's not the best way to get along with a neighbor. So obviously the best is to be able to have a conversation about getting the danger removed and the danger mitigated. But hopefully it doesn't have to get legal.
Yeah, absolutely. We posted right after the storm just that if you're inside the city limits of Houston, you can call 311. I'm not sure what that will get you, but the city says that you can at least report a dead or dying tree on a neighboring property if they're refusing to do anything about it. And at least also maybe that would be another sign that you tried to get something done about it if it does fall on your property.
Hey, doing nothing about it will get you nothing. So you might as well get it reported one way or another.
All right. And then the other thing is DIY versus hiring an arborist. Arborists are very expensive. I mean, I'm sure there's a reason, and you guys have all the equipment and all the things. But if people are doing it themselves, what should they know? I mean, maybe just trimming off the dead branches so it's less of a risk.
Right. Yes, arborists are expensive, and so are emergency rooms, and that is one of the reasons why arborists are expensive. So it's also really important, if you want to take out some dead limbs, obviously there's a lot of trees that are small that the homeowner can easily get out and handle. Make a couple of different cuts on the tree, one further out from the branch, one further in, so that you don't tear that branch running down the limb. That's a big problem when people do their own work, is they'll make a cut from the top, of the limb down, and that limb will peel and rip down the trunk, and the tree could be ruined forever. So as long as you can avoid that, that can be a big help.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
All right. Very good tips. Brad Phillips, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Yeah, I feel like I
Happy to be
learned
here.
a lot. Thank you, Brad.